How'd you do it?
Do what?
Get her out.
I'm just glad you're wondering.
Next Wednesday, it looks like everyone is sneaking a peek.
Hey, I'm ready to risk it all.
But are they prepared
I bought her $3.5 million apartment. But right now, she's having sex with that dude.
for what they might find?
I feel like I'm losing him.
I'm off probation. No, you were put back on at the non-payment of child support.
What?
Tyler Perry's Sistas. All new episode next week.
Okay, Sistas fans. So yesterday, I actually recorded my end credit / 11-second promo, but they actually released a 30-second promo later that day. Since I didn't edit the first video, I decided, you know what, let me scrap that one. And this video is going to cover the 30-second promo as well as the end credit promo. And the 11-second promo pretty much was nothing new compared to the 30-second one. So just know that this week is one video instead of two for the promo. So there we go. We're talking Sistas Season 4, Episode 17, Some Sort of Woman. Calvin finds himself in an uncomfortable situation with Q after a night of drinking. So, I mean, the promo pretty much says it for itself. It pretty much just tells it all. This is a pretty much up to 3 situations where people walk in on each other. You got the girls walking in on Aaron and Karen, Jake walking in on Gary, who's spying on Andy and Robin. Then you got Maurice walking in on uncomfortable situation with Q after a night with drinking. So yeah, but let's try to put some sort of order to this chaos here. Now, let's talk about the Karen stuff first. So the girls follow up on their plan to leave Andy's penthouse and pretty much just go over to Karen's place unannounced because they have a key, and they walk in on Karen and Aaron. Then the next morning, it looks like the girls are standing outside of the salon to have, I guess you could say, some sort of sistavention, you know, like they usually have when it comes to Gary and Andy, or Andy when it comes to Gary. But they go inside, Karen sitting in her chair. I wonder if Pam is there. You know, remember, what was it, yesterday in the Sistas universe, she showed up to work early because, you know, Karen's like, wait, what do you know about me going to the doctor? What? I don't know anything. But yeah, I wonder if Pam's going to be there. But regardless, yeah, the girls are waiting outside the salon, and they're inside with Karen. And Karen says a line that has people already triggered. I feel like I'm losing him. Now, some people are thinking that what if this is about Aaron? I highly doubt that. Aaron has made it clear, no matter, I mean, he's pretty much the gum stuck on the bottom of her shoe. No matter how much soap and hot water or, you know, shoe polish or whatever Karen uses, he's going to stay. I mean, a better analogy is, you know, even if she stepped in like dog shit, Aaron wouldn't go anywhere, because all the shit that, you know, I'm not even going to say that Karen is putting him through. I mean, he's the one that's refusing not to leave. He's just going to be around. So I think that it's very likely that Karen is saying, I feel like I'm losing him, in, you know, reference to Zach. But the girls are kind of looking like, oh, you already lost him. But the thing is, you didn't lose Zach. You gave him up in favor of something better, which at the time Aaron was the better option, because the changes for the better that we see in Zach after he got with Zatima, we were also seeing Karen when she was with Aaron, specifically in season 2. So there's that aspect of it, because remember in the promo for this week, it's like, he left me, but in reality, Karen said, make love to me. So people were triggered from that. In the same way, people are already mad at Karen's, I feel like I'm losing him. So the way she said that, if she is talking about Zach, is like, so what was that thing you did with Aaron last night? Just a heat of the moment thing? Who knows? But let's talk about Robin and Andy getting it on. And Gary's watching as Jake, you know, pops in. Hey, and he's like, oh, I mean, Gary almost has a damn heart attack because he's looking at that telescope. But he goes on to say, I bought her a $3.5 million apartment, but right now she's up there having sex with that dude. Number one, you quote unquote claim to Andy that it was okay. for Robin to stay there. Number 2, Andy hasn't taken you back, nor has she signed off on the penthouse. So technically, you could take that back. At least I think so. Buyer's remorse, I suppose. And number 3, people are saying, I hope Gary doesn't go over there and do anything crazy. He ain't going to do nothing. I think Jake is probably going to stop him from doing anything too stupid, but only time will tell. And shifting gears to Robin, the next day at the law firm, the partners are saying that majority ownership has now been sold to Robin. Hayden goes up to congratulate him again, and Robin he kind of slowly steps up to Hayden to like, oh, this is going to be fun. So he's probably going to do that to make Hayden uncomfortable. But speaking of Hayden, there's a moment where it's kind of a showdown between him and Andy in her office. How'd you do it? Do what? Get her out. I'm glad you're wondering. So, Hayden is going to be sitting there like, how the hell did Fatima get out of jail? So, speaking of jail, you got Zach. I don't know the order of operations here because Fatima, I doubt, is going to work right away. I feel like her first move in the morning is going to the jail. So there are 3 Andy situations to talk about the next day. Not the whole Robin and her at the penthouse, but we know there's the meeting at the law firm where it's announced that Robin is majority owner. You got Andy at the jail with Fatima and Zach, and then you got Andy at the salon with the girls. So a lot goes down, and I'm guessing the salon situation, that has to happen before she goes to work, because Karen arrives to open up the shop. The jail thing, I feel like that happens before work as well, because she promised Fatima, hey, first thing. And plus, if Robin spent the night with Andy, I'm pretty sure he would be like, hey, you go down to the jail real quick and then come to work as soon, when you can. So I feel like it's going to be, probably jail, salon, work for Andy, or salon, jail, work. I don't know. Probably jail, because I don't think the shop opens till 10 o'clock or something. I forgot. Or 9 o'clock. All right. So speaking of the jail situation, you have Zach, telling Fatima, I'm ready to risk it all. So I wonder what that means. Are we talking about, getting rid of Hayden, revenge, or, risking it all to try to get out of jail? But the, person who is standing next to Andy, is saying that, I talked with your probation officer. Well, I'm not off probation. I'm off it. No, actually, you were put back on it due to non-payment of back child support. And Andy's like, what? Because remember, when Fatima in jail told Andy that Zach was arrested recently, she didn't say why. And now Andy's like, child support. So the question is, will she, tell this to the girls? Because imagine if she learns this prior to going to the salon, and in order to give Karen a wake-up call, it's like, well, Zach got arrested for back child support. What? I'm not saying she will say that, but it just makes one wonder. But regardless, the conversation shifts gears to a minimum of 10 to 15 years, and Zach is like, what? Because remember, he was so confident last night. Oh, don't worry about it, Fatima. I want to make bail. I want to be out of here. Don't even worry about it. But that doesn't seem to be the case. And the last thing to talk about is the whole situation when Maurice comes home. He goes to his room, opens the door, and catches, again, Calvin in an uncomfortable situation with Q after a night of drinking. Based on their conversation, the term uncomfortable situation is not something that I want to see. I do know this is BET, not BET Plus, so I don't think it's going to be too graphic. Some people are speculating that it's probably, a vibrator situation, but I don't know. I think for me, the biggest thing is the fact that they seem to be in Maurice's bedroom instead of Calvin's room. That's just a new level of disrespect, if you ask me. But with that being said, what do you think of the promo for next week's episode, Some Sort of Woman? Leave your comments below. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.